Hello. Hey. Um, I wanted to talk about that I got a visit today. A physical visit of two women. And it have been quite from heaven. They have not disturbed me or wanted to say something. This is August 16, 2023, and it's evening. So I'm on my way to go to bed as soon as I have placed this recording on my podcast. It have been quite so. If you have heard me, I think it was the last episode I did, the episode before this, that I was talking about how to say it to the spirits, those in afterlife, how to make them understand that they should not wake us up with screaming or be in presence, be there in our home, in our room, or whatever they doing to scare you to be there, and you don't want them to come in the dark night. And I tell them that we can talk in the daytime, and I say to them after 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm ready to listen at them and recording if they want to say something. I feel it when they want to talk to us. And just now I don't feel. I should not have said that, because now it starts to be some visit from the spirit world. We will see what happens. And it was the two women that come, and it was about this to have another place to stay, and it was about like elder care. It's not a hospital, is it? It's only that there is personal. It is nurse that am there around in the house, and if we start to be sick, we can call on her to come. But there is it's almost ordinary apartments. In some houses there is big apartment, and there is kitchen and bathroom like an ordinary apartment, but that house is special for people that is sick in their body and can fall and can't come up from the floor and these things. So they were here, and I think it is about 5% that I can come to this kind of place. So I have not much hope for it, because it was like when they asked me what I could do, was it like you almost be close to be dead for to could come in there. and but then I know they have different places, so it was much question if I have dementia, if I have started to get dementia, and I told them that my brain is better to remember things and like answer a question that I didn't know the answer on before, but I can answer them now. So it's like uh, my the bed with my brain to could walk by on my own and not holding in something that have been bad, but it's like the brain it doesn't disappear in the brain. It's disappeared that ability to could walk, but instead it plays and focus on something else. And for me is it like that I know answer on the question that I couldn't know, and I'm thinking, how could I know this? But I remember from far away the answer, and it is like it's coming up things that was deep in down in me, knowledge that I got back again, and so they asked question that was about dementia, and they didn't know what age I was in, so they be surprised that I was so old. Uh, they thought I was younger, and that's why they ask about Alzheimer and dementia. And I say it wasn't that, but my brain can suddenly stop, and I be sometimes I be like frozen in my body. It's not because of drugs, because there is some drugs, do I know, that make people be like frozen. It's only the brain stop, and it's same for them that have taken drugs, that the brain stop. But I have not taken any drugs to do it. It's only that my brain is so tired of everything information it get into the brain. So I told them these things that is about the coordination between the brain and to move with my body, and sometimes is it to talk. Now it was two women that sit and ask me questions, and I have hard. It started like I had hard to talk because I get in from both of the women, and it. I say it's what happened here also when the spirits is coming. Too many is talking in the same time. Then or is it, if it is very much energy that coming, then I have hard to speak a little. But it's disappear very quick, and so I don't think I get to. I have to stay where I am, even if it's very bad. because it seems like they don't understand that I, in some things, am I very normal, and in some things, am I very bad. They think that it's to be bad in the brain is to be bad on everything in the brain, but it isn't. Is this to move around that is hard for me, and I be dizzy when I look on the side for some seconds. If I look over my shoulder, I be dizzy, and then I told them to look down for a long time. That make me could fall, or if I look up for a long time. And the same is if I standing up, like I met someone and I am on my legs, and then I standing and listen at them, then suddenly I can't walk. It's be frozen in my body after a while. I can talk to them in 5 minutes and be okay, but if it's longer, then I have hard to move my body. So it was about. I think I stopped in the beginning of this recording to stop to talk about what to do with them, so that the spirit doesn't come and wake us up in the night. And that was what I was on my way to talk. But I stop it there. I hold it back a little because I felt like a spirit should come and explain it for us. In some reason I have felt like that. I should wait for the spirits to come through. It seems like sometimes it's very hard for them to come through and be in this dimension that I am in. And it is he is between 30 and 40 years old, so he is a fresh man, and I can't see on him. It's very hard to see, like how he have his hair, because today is it that you can have your hair how you want it to be. You can have long hair, you can have short hair, you can it in one way or another way. And it's a mix of everything. So it's hard to know from what year he is coming from. And maybe it's so that I don't need to know it. It is slick hair. It is not wild going hair. It's very much put in grease in the hair to hold the hair straight, not flying around. And it's very slim. and he's. I have asked the question in my mind how to stop them from to come and wake us up and scare us in the night. I know that some of you that listen have that question. You you want badly for me to tell you what the Spirit is saying, and then some have open doors to connect with our world, he's saying, the spirit world, and some it's very disturbing now. That's why I have a hard to talk to you, because he say that it is things you have in your home that attract us, and some of the things you have in your home is attracted on the underground, the dark side. It attract, and this have I know someone have said that to me maybe yesterday about these things. Now I start to lose it because I say extra words here. Oh, please tell me once again what it was about. It was about this with to have things in your home that trigger bad things to come and wake you up and disturb you, and you need to know those things that you should not have. It's those things that make it can be a shadow of. You should be careful with what shadow your belongings look like when it's be dark in the room and it's a little light only for you to see shadows. This is very important for you to understand. You don't need to take them away in that moment, but you should work on to take those things away from where you are sleeping. And it is to, if you can't take those things away, you need to look at it and see what is really are. What is it that make the shadow look like the devil with this horn on his body and these things? What make it to look like that? So you can program your brain that this is not something terrible. It's not something you need to be frightened. It's a shadow of something harmless that make it look like that. If you can't take it away, the best is to take it away. The second best is to recognize what make it look like that. It doesn't need to be a shadow. It can be something done on that spot, on that thing, porcelain or something that make it look like that, and you should not have those shadows in your bedroom. That's what he teach you about this. And sometimes I nowadays, because I am not so I don't take it in anymore. I can sit and watch this psychic television program, and it's interesting because I see what they have, many things in their home that trigger those evil, negative spirits to come. They have often this dream that native Indians do have this dream catcher. I know the name is dream catcher, and that is a pagan things. It's not good because that catch those dreams and those spirits, that is. But you don't want the negative spirits to be there in your home and show up in whenever they want to show up. You should take that away. You should take away much of the native Indians was good to interpret the nature, but they go far behind it. That is not good because they don't understand what they are doing. Those nature things, it's most of it is good as long as it doesn't make them be total dizzy in their brain. Everything can happen in that way. So I have still not could remember what I was on my way to say to you about eliminate those negative spirits that wake you up in the night. And I say to those spirits before I go to bed that they have come to know that I can talk to them in the daylight, because I have done recordings, so many recordings where I don't sit in the darkness and talk to them. I don't do that just now. It's late evening, but I have lights on, so it's not dark. So, and they should know that this is my home. This is your home, and you have the control over what will be said and showing up. And you tell them that you don't need to come and scare me with all sounds and standing at the bed, since it's maybe 1 month. I have hard to know this with the time, but in one of the episodes recently, it was a man standing at my bed, I wake up for some seconds and saw him, and I be scared, and it was dark. And since then I have a light on the whole night until it be light outside. He scared me so much. So he was standing and he was over 2 meters high. He was very big and standing there, and I couldn't see his face. So it was like alien style, because with them I can't see how they look in their face. I describe for you how they look like, most of them that is here. But when they come to alien, they only showing like this man. He's showing only that he was a black formed a man. But I couldn't see his nose, I couldn't see his eyes. I only saw the contours of a man. And that is alien that coming like that. I suppose they don't. I have seen in real. I wake up one night and they were over me, and it was in that time. I mostly in winter time I have light on, but now it's summer. But he scared me so much, so I have lights on. But it is that they hide because you should not see how they look like, because they don't look so nice. I'm sorry to say that. But it's like skeleton. So it seems like they don't want you to see how they look like. Only see the frame of them, the contour. So it is very important. I tell you now, is someone touching me, and as I say to him that you should make sure that these my followers on this podcast, that they should not be touched of spirits that coming in the night. I try to make them understand and train them to have contact with you in the spirit world in the daytime, and not in the darkness, in the night. That is one of the subject in my school that I have for my followers, that they should, before falling to sleep, that they tell the spirits, as many of you know you have a spirit with you, and it doesn't matter if it's a kindly spirit or is it a evil spirit, because it's the same thing. Because now it's something that was on my mind, that it doesn't matter if it's a kindly spirit, because they don't understand this. it's a gap between they and us, that we are here on earth, that we are physical people. We have a spirit in us, but most it was someone here. I have two spirits now. It was someone coming in from the left side of me now, and it is that they don't understand because they are in a spirit world and not in a physical world. So for them, they don't understand that we be scared of the darkness if something is there that we have hard to see, or we see it, to wake up and suddenly someone is standing there, or wake up of a sound that these things is not good for our health, because we be scared so much. And they don't understand that because they belong into those that is good, that don't understand, because they are in the light the whole time where they are. So they don't see this, that we laying there in the darkness in our bed, because they see it as a light, because they have one day the whole time. They have no nights. So in their mind, they don't see that it's dark here, because they are still in the light when they touch us. And that's why they not understand. And then is it also that most people are so full of stress today. They're running around and they have other things in their ears they listen at, and very much stress, and that is the evil spirit that have make this world to be in that way today, that people walking around and look in their telephones, and sometimes these young people is almost they walk into me, and that's not good, as I have my scooter driving, and they don't pay attention to what's going around them as they watch what's going on in their telephones. And the parents doesn't get so much contact with their children, because the children want to be on the telephone or in a computer. They don't listen at their parents anymore, and many do eat their food in front of the computer and don't sit as before. They sit with their family and eat dinner, lunch, supper. They don't have this contact that was before, and that is it is a meaning of it, because the dark side, the devil, doesn't want us to communicate with each other. I don't know if I live on my own, but you maybe can see the difference. The devil will be very, very angry if you sit at the table and you don't have any telephones with you, and you sit and communicate with each other, and you will see it. A plate is going down on the floor and make filthy the whole floor. Like that will happen, and there will be telephone calls the whole time for you to go away from the table and take the telephone, because the devil will make someone with a telephone to not thinking that he or she need to turn off the sound of the telephone. So they have to go when they hear, because it's like this pipe fiddler that it's a fairy tale when he took all the children into the mountain and lock the parents out from his kingdom inside the mountain, and the parents never saw their kids again. They disappeared. And it's the same with the telephones. They disappear from you, and you wondering how it could go so wrong with your child, but because you didn't see it coming. You didn't see it coming because you were busy in what you were doing the whole time. You didn't have a life together with your child, so you never saw it coming, those bad things. So I thank you for talking to me from the spirit world, and is it something we have forgotten to say? Is it is to. It was very strange about the shadow. That was not what I was thinking I should talk about. It was very important, was it? So you should check out so you don't have any bad going on shadows. And I don't like the mask some people have on them, and they may have sometimes in picture of this white mask. It's an evil, like a theater mask, evil, like laughing evil from the mask. That is also evil things, and that you should not have in your home. So it's many things. I am sure that it will come more. They going to tell you to clean up. But you can start with what was saying, and then is it to communicate with the spirit world, to tell them to not show up in the night. Because this scares you. That you can tell. It's if you showing up in the night, now I tell them, the spirit, if you're showing up in the night, then they think that you are from the dark side, that you are evil, and they be scared, and it can stop their heart because of that, and it makes sickness in the body to realize that someone is standing in my room in front of my bed that I don't know who it is. And if I know that you are from the light, then you should be in the light. And we don't have like you 24 hours light. We have evening. We have nights that be dark in our home. So it's very scary. So you need to understand that and not go to those people. I am teaching them that they can talk to spirits in the daylight, and you that is spirits, you can talk to them in the daylight. So that's something I wanted to say to you. It's scary, yeah, to wake up in the darkness. So thank you for listening, and I will talk a little more how you clean up in the night, because there is some of you that you have not told me, but I feel that you have these things that disturb and make you sick, and you I need to talk to you about that. You should not focus on yourself so much, because those spirits can come into your body without you know it, and it's they that cause the problem that you feel in your body. And I'm going to talk to you about it, that it's not you that cause these issues with your body or mental issues you have. It's they that do it, and we should I should teach you how to stop them for entering into your body. But now is it enough for this time. So thank you for listening, and God bless you, and keep coming back and listen.